So I watched Aew Revolution 2021 last night. I was watching the podcast before this. I was watching the Wrestle Talk podcast. And I think you Owen just said it best. You Owen just said basically, I just went to bed a bit sad. Just not a bit sad, but I just went to bed sad. I mean, you put this up against things that WB had done, and that angered him in a way that wrestling fans get angry. But that killed an angle was just sad. I mean, you have all this build up, you have a near perfect match. I was into it. I've never seen. I might have seen part of an exploding death match, but I've never seen it. And I came on. I went into that night thinking. Like I went into that night being fully prepared to say that that wasn't the most violent and the most visceral thing on the show. Because what I paid attention to and what made me squirm is Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy and Hangman Page, when Matt Hardy is biting the fingers of Hangman Page, that made me recoil. So I was fully prepared to say that wasn't the most violent thing on the show. But it was. The match between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley, this match for the AEW title, it was hard to watch. It was really hard to watch. I mean, it was exciting, like, to the most primal part of ourselves. It was exciting, but it was hard to watch. I mean, there were some great spots in this match. There was a drop kick and a kick out of a figure four into the exploding barbed wire. At one point, Moxley gets his foot on the rope to avoid being pinned by the one-winged angel, to avoid using. Though, like I say, this was near perfection. You had Eddie Kingston running out to protect him from the exploding ring that was gonna happen, because it's an exploding barbed wire death match. Why wouldn't you build that around an exploding ring? But, stuff happens. And we don't know why it happened. I mean, I imagine they did. I imagine they tested that out before, and it worked fine. It did what it was supposed to do. But stuff happens sometimes. It's unfortunate. It's the same. It really is the same. But stuff happens sometimes. This isn't gonna kill the companies. This is gonna be a behemoth on the show. But they're gonna bounce back from it. I mean, it was just a mistake, like a major mistake on national television, but at the end of the day, that's what it was. Like I say, stuff happens. We don't know why, or we don't know how it happened, but sometimes stuff just happens and you just don't know why. It just end up being a bit sad. The rest of the show was pretty good. I mean, we had a tag match. the Young Bucks versus MJF and Chris Jericho, a great tag team match. We had at one point we had one of the Bucks going for the tombstone part of the Meltzer driver, but then as I think with Nick, as Nick jumps, Chris Jericho just runs in and catches him with the code breaker. I thought that was great. I mean, we did have some really great things on the show. Yeah, it's the women's tag team match. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. But, and we had Kristen Cage debuting. Now, a lot of people have been down on this, and I can understand that. I do. I love Kristen, but he's not who I expected, so I can understand that. And not to defend them, but maybe to get into the headspace a little bit. The past few years, Kristen has been getting massive respect and massive adoration and massive praise on social media. He's one of Tony Khan's favorites, why wouldn't he be? He's great at what he does. So maybe in the head they were thinking, okay, this is someone the fans seem to really like. Yes, bring him in with the art of fanfare. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way that they thought. Yeah, like I say, I'm not trying to defend him at all. I'm just trying to really get in the headspace, trying to maybe tell you what they were thinking and what they had on their minds. But it's how you even, folks. And unfortunately, they left us flat tonight. They probably weren't planning on it, but hey, it's the television. Things happen for no apparent reason. The Betty 8 p.m. the mice man. But overall it was a good show. Aside from the ending, I would really recommend you watch the barbed wire death match. Yet it is visceral and it is gruesome, but it's a joy to watch. Aside from the ending angle, and in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's gonna be much of anything. Kenny and Don are probably gonna explain it on one day, so that'll be good to watch. That'll be interesting to watch. The most dangerous thing they can do is to just not address it. So indeed, when they address it, it'll be good. And I have a feeling this is gonna lead into an Eddie Kingston Kenny Omega feud for the AEW title, and I'm really gonna enjoy that. We've got TNA Sacrifice. Here's what I can see. No matter who wins, which I'd love Swan, I'd love Moot to win, but no matter who wins that Impact World title match between Swan and Moose, I could see Kenny Omega coming out and hitting a one-winged angel on one of them, because he still got his eyes on the Impact World title. So all in all, I'm very excited. It was a disappointment at the end, but all in all, I'm excited for what these partnerships with AEW, New Japan, and Impact are gonna be. Have a good day, and thank you for listening to my little ramble on AEW Revolution 2021.